am I hearing? I come back and it's because I hear big old titties. What?
We're talking about,
and that's where the recording's going to start for this session.
You know?
What the fuck?
All right. No. Good
Yeah,
thing
no,
y'all.
that is definitely a factor, though.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna. I was like,
I'm
yeah, bad
confused.
posture. That's me. And then I like thought for a second, and I was just like, oh, like.
Yeah, of course. Got it. Yeah. No. I will see if I can win the lotto and get breast reduction. Until then, no more art.
I mean,
Dragana, if you're worried about your pain, it doesn't hurt to contact a doctor to check it out. That being said,
I went to
you
the
know?
doctor and we just both thought it was like an arthritis sort of thing, and so she just gave me like a cream to put on it and a bandage. But it's just
really,
yeah. So
is it? Do you have an open wound on your hand?
no, I don't have an open wound, but it is turning kind of bluish.
Ugh.
Should I maybe call a doctor?
Yeah, you might have.
Maybe, yeah.
You might have a loss of circulation. It might be like a serious impingement or something of that nature.
I think so too, because one time I weirdly inhaled and I just suddenly felt like this weird pinch. So I think I just like moved something. I will. If I never call y'all again, just assume I'm dead. It's simple.
I mean, if y'all are like 3 to 5 minutes late, I assume you're dead.
You know.
I mean, we die all the time.
Yeah, honestly, if someone leaves my general like sight, I'm like, oh, it's probably dead. Whatever.
I was just a toddler and
What is that
doesn't have
called? Yeah,
object
yeah.
permanence.
That's object permanence. Damn it.
No. I tell this every time. Like I say someone's drink in order, and then no one comes to pick it up. I just look at whoever's working with me. They're dead. Shame. You want this drink? And then they always magically come up. I'm like, I'm a necromancer. That's why.
Nice. You summon them with juice.
Dead inside.
Okay, here's the thing.
Oh gosh, that
I was
would
gonna
actually
bust
be
out the
a
alcohol
goofy-
of mine like hours from now, but the thing is, I'm almost finished with my coffee already.
That would be. Here's the
Be
thing.
responsible.
For
Save
a
it for later.
campaign to make like a necromancer or just someone who's like somehow related to death domain that's like actually like a hipster barista, and so they do their summoning through coffee related means.
You know, if we ever run some like awkward, weird, like modern setting TV drama campaign, which I've done, then you're free to do that.
Yeah, or just like the weird like goofy blended ones where it's just like Adventure Zone where it's just kind of like time doesn't matter. We're gonna have like cars and say that this person had a TV show, but also everything
His
is-
goddamn
Steampunk.
elevators.
Fuck's sake. We're all here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Having
we're
a
all
good time.
here.
I'm
Having
gonna
a
be
chill
mute so I can eat my bagel in peace, but I'm here.
Okay.
So Seema's dead.
Oh, yeah, Taryn had to talk to him. I think he was dead. That's a shame.
If they can't respond, they are dead.
Yo, wait, cat. Oh, God.
That's loud.
That's a good cat. That cat's me in an alternate
Did the
form.
cat just dunk his little paw in the coffee?
She sure does.
Might have some like stains like treading around the place,
Ooh,
but that's fine.
I can't.
Yeah, it is music.
Look,
Cat
I
all the time.
love
Literally
cats, but
just-
I would dropkick that cat into the sun.
I get him his own tiny cup. Little
Or
Dixie
that's
cup of
yeah.
coffee.
That's probably more humane.
The distraction cup. So
A cup of a kid in front of him.
let's see. We're all here. Let's do this shit because my caffeine's actually kicking in because I woke up early to drink it faster. So, you know what I'm gonna ask? What happened last time? All right, good start. Silence is always a good start. I like it.
We all died. The end.
All right, well, we're gonna retcon to be that's what happened. You all died to the sacrificial
Everyone
shadow.
has
That's what they're
their
called.
backup characters, right?
Sacrificial shades.
Y'all are your backup characters.
Okay.
So what really happened?
Basically, after cleaning up the one outpost, which is, I believe, the northwest one, I think it was, not picky. We went to the other ones and discovered they were in very similar situations of telling a story and not really having much of any evidence, aside from what we already knew. and we slowly worked through there. Not much really happened if you think about it.
Wait,
there was.
they actually
Continue.
showed the scenes of certain fights. Like one of them was a fight back in the first city we were in.
The what?
The one with the war. What was it called? The city where the
Reaper's
war
Wake.
was? Weeper's Wave, yes. It showed the fight in Weeper's Wake. So like all of them were scenes of certain fights. One of them was Amelia's
Stories, not
last
Stories.
fights
Yeah, that's what I
necessarily.
said.
One of them
There's no
was, I
fight
think,
involved for
Amelia's last
those.
one. Yeah. But like stories.
Yeah. Most of them
What else?
were just like bastardized interpretations of stories, and then I think one of them was based off the Shadowman himself specifically.
One of his many stories.
Yeah. Also Shadowman.
Shadow Man.
Shadowman.
Singular. Man.
Okay.
I mean, I guess he's died multiple times and come back, so one can interpret that as multiple versions of him.
I just
so.
like saying Shadowman. Yeah, the fuck, what was that? The fucking Winter Court. That's what I was thinking of. Someone from the Winter Court contacted Shedemir and asked, basically like, "Hey, are these two like good on their word?" And Shedemir said, "Yes for or yes for Seema, and for Aldrich." Basically, it's like he'll do it. He's honor bound, but. Anyways,
He might
Uh-huh.
stab you in the back as well.
Shadowmere, you need to learn how to decouple honesty with morality.
no.
Ooh, love it.
Anyways,
Put 'em on.
we went to the fourth one, which was a swampy lake kind of thing with a town built on top of it that was basically abandoned for a period of time, very long.
Well, it's not a town built on top of it. It's more like it's
Sunken
the
into
town
it.
sunk into it.
Yeah, better assessment of the situation.
It puts the wrong image. It's not a town that you guys can walk around to. There's like 4 buildings.
Yeah. Speaking of one of those buildings, was a big old church. Went inside, found a human porcupine without blood. Mad scrawlings on the walls of Fell Gods Be Rising. Was that it? Or Watching? One of those.
Rising.
You tell me.
Don't stop that.
I'm not inclined to be your note taker.
I know,
I don't get
but
paid to take
I
your
can't be bothered
notes.
to check my notes right now. I'm sorry.
Well, then I can't be bothered to help you then.
Fair enough. Anyways, to get through this real fast, we didn't even step into the building. We spent like 20 minutes just like magic from a
Talking on the
distance.
doorstep.
Which I didn't know that
Literally.
until you explained that to us, and I was like, "Oh, that's hilarious visual." And then we went.
None of
inside.
you ever said I step in the room. You guys
Exactly.
just went on a massive talk, and none of you ever said it. So I'm like, you guys are still on the doorstep.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And then when we entered it, of course, this is the one place where there's actually something there, and we weren't paying attention. And the shit literally came out
You
of the
guys did
walls.
other stuff before they attacked you.
Yeah.
You guys did other stuff.
Yeah.
You examined the room. You looked for Nella in her invisible status.
You know, you don't get that. Her excuse later is gonna be you don't get to practice looking for something that's invisible often. So I'm taking that opportunity. Anyways,
That can be arranged, Shadowmere.
I know that's everyone's response. It's gonna be everyone's fucking response. Yeah, and then we got bitch slapped by shadows a bit. Few of us are deaf, few of us are blind, few of us are exhausted, and one of us is paralyzed. And that's pretty much where we stopped.
No. 2 of us are paralyzed.
Yeah, I'm looking at the thing here.
Danaway's paralyzed. I'm blind and exhausted.
Danaway's
Seema's
stunned.
paralyzed and exhausted. Oh, stunned? Oh. Oops.
In technicality, they're the same, but to me, paralyzed is much more long-lasting just by its name. I might be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you guys are in a assorted state to debuff and disarray.
Having a bad time, having a bad time. The important part is Marshall, I think, is blind and Pico is deaf, and that's gonna just make the best combination of interactions.
Did I put Marshall on this? Marshall, were you affected at all?
Yeah.
He was blind. I must have missed that. That's my bad. I put the list there, but I guess I
Yeah, we
missed
made
it.
a deaf leading the blind joke. Oh no, Fred did. He's clever. Anyways, so did I miss anything? I think I hit the broad
know.
strokes.
I don't know.
That wasn't
Up to your
details.
other groupsmen.
That's why
mates.
I'm asking them.
Mun.
Man.
Mun.
The resounding silence says I'm correct.
I guess. I see Taryn is typing something though.
I just realized I should unmute myself. That was dumb. Because I thought that you guys were gonna talk a little longer. I have enough spell slots to cast Lesser Restoration 4 times.
The problem is you're paralyzed?
Let me see if it has.
Can you cast it on yourself if you can't move?
Depends on the spell.
It doesn't.
If it needs like hand movements, then obviously you can't move, so you can't do the hand movements. But if it's just like a purely verbal spell, then
It has
I
a
could barely
verbal. It's just verbal. Oh wait, somatic means you move, doesn't it?
Yes.
Aw, damn.
What if we puppet their arms? This is how magic works, right?
Cure wounds doesn't
Shadamir,
matter.
yes.
So if someone else figures out a way to get me unparalyzed, then like I said, I can cast it 4 times because I have 2 level 3 spell slots or level 2 spell slots left, and then 1 level 3 and 1 level 4.
3.
So I would just be.
We'd be mostly fine. We'd be down like 1 person, I think, then.
A good berry.
Aldrich and me are just like laying on the floor, like.
No, you're held in place. You're just sort of like standing
Aw.
in combat position, but you're
So
not. Yeah,
very-
That's gotta be
okay.
uncomfortable.
yeah, you're sort of held in place like a statue.
Frozen, not limb.
Yeah.
If we do a long rest, I can heal you.
I mean, I'll just tell you, like, in-game mechanics, if you took a long rest here for the night or day or whatever, then like, the effects would probably go away. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, before that even happens, you guys could just, all collectively just make me Constitution saving throws.
Right
They're
now.
not meant to last hours, I'll put it like that.
So
Just make Constitution saving throws.
I was about to say,
Success. If this, shit, I was DC.
I forgot you changed your name to Blind.
I forgot it too.
I think it's 16.
Blind martial magic.
Yeah, DC 16. If you don't
I've
hit 16,
done failed.
if you don't hit 16, we'll say you're afflicted for like another like 10 minutes or something, like a short
Sweet.
time. Afflicted. Exhaustion is exhaustion. Like that shit doesn't go away. So Aldrich's fine, and
Everyone else sucks.
I guess so. Let me go for Tala and Danaway.
Isn't there a place on your sheet to mark if you're exhausted?
Yeah, there's like a new little thingy.
Let's see. Constitution for Tala. Tala's just fine. Tala is just fine.
I think technically I would have had disadvantage on that save, but I failed anyway, so who cares?
Let's just take a long rest here. It's nice.
I mean, a long rest is you're here for the night.
Yeah.
Don't know if you guys want to stay in a place like this overnight, but that's on you.
Church.
There's a tavern.
It's a church that has been desecrated with evil spirits that literally attacked you.
Still.
Danaway's fine.
Of course, Danaway's fine. She just flexes.
It's like over the course of a few moments. So I have some other things for a couple of other of you to do. Let's just see. Marshall will roll this twice, once for you, once for Pantala, and then Pico. Roll me perception.
I'm blind.
This one wouldn't affect your
Okay. Yeah.
like for yourself for the first roll.
Again,
Starting
I'm
out
dead.
strong.
But I got the keen senses, you know.
You do have keen senses. Okay. Then continue as you were.
Anyway, I'm deaf and I really hate this, so Pico's a little crying.
Let's
Like,
see.
it's deaf.
Let me go back to combat map here. Tala goes over and grabs your axes for you, Marshall. Seeing as
Cool,
she's
yeah,
got.
you're those on there because I knew I would forget them.
Hey, nice. Well, yeah, so you grab them.
I'm gonna take a few minutes to see if I can figure out whether or not these scrawlings on the wall that trigger all this, if they're inactive or active, or if they can reactivate, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Assess their danger.
Gotcha. your choice between an Arcana or Investigation. I think they're both intelligence set.
Ow.
As far as you can tell, they seem inactive.
Oh, is anyone hurt?
Yes! Jeremy's just like leaning against the table that she was fighting at because he's like, I can't see shit. I'm just gonna stay over here for a minute.
So he's just like crying, and then like, is anyone hurt? And I can't hear you.
Ah, damn it.
Wave.
Chenry waves.
Okay. Vladimir, are you waving or
Thumbs up.
are you okay?
She just face palms.
Oh no, did you hurt yourself?
And Noah apparates on the table on the right side there, on the little map there. He's just sitting, leg crossed over another, lean down, head in her hand, and just sort of smiles wickedly at the scene before her.
Watch out, your girlfriend's behind you.
Hi.
Hi.
Having fun.
The 8 is just a random number. Well, not a random number, but it's a relatively estimated number. That's a shame. But yeah, she's just smiling. She casts her gaze across the rest, like this upper half of the room. But she doesn't say anything.
Did Cheddar see Seema get paralyzed? I can't recall if...
I mean, you don't see... You guys, you don't see this happen. It's just that they exploded and then shit happens.
Okay.
It's not like the smoke changed to a specific color and then you're just like, spells paralysis or something, you know? It's not like that. It just happens like that. So
Okay.
for you, Slash, I felt exhausted. Boom. Dissipating, evil specks in the air. Seema can't move. Stuff like that.
Black cloud. I can't.
Something blackbirds following me, something Linkin Park. Hey, don't diss. Blackbirds is a good song. It's up there with Shadow of the Day. So, what are you guys doing?
Miss Anella, I can't hear you. Hello?
She looks at you, blinks a couple of times, and then just holds a hand next to her own ear.
Damn it, I wish I could see this.
I can't hear you.
Just to know, Seema, you could hear and see all this. It's just that you can't move.
If I can't move, can I talk, or is my mouth also
I
frozen?
believe paralysis says you can't talk because that involves moving your mouth.
Yeah, what I figured. I
You
could, if I froze with my mouth open, I could maybe make sounds,
Ha
but no, no consonants.
I do give the theatrics sort of thing of like you can move your eyes and stuff. This is the Divinity Original Sin 2 main menu theme.
If you go to the, the tabs, the middle one with the music note, if you click on it, it just shows the title of it.
I refuse.
Okay, well, let's try and be helpful.
I did.
Danu and I will do a sweep of the perimeter, check outside
Yeah,
the
sure.
building, that sort of thing.
Alright, you can roll perception with advantage, her aiding you. Simpler than me rolling a bunch of stuff. Sweep of the perimeter, it's not like there's alleyways or anything in this sunken town, so you look down the wooden walkways that lead up to the town, the 3 of them that sort of converge at the center point where the temple's at. You look in the water, it seems quiet and fine.
Smoky.
Yeah, there's smoke upon the water. Not really. But, yeah, it seems clear. Water's still murky, as it has been when you first saw it, but still, and it's not like you see an army sprinting down the walkways or something. Seems fine.
On returning, I would say that the perimeter seems clear for now, so long as this shit doesn't happen again.
What are the rest of you doing?
Still crying. A little.
We're also just waiting for someone to fix this, because she can't do much without being able to see. And I feel like if she tries to talk to Anella, Anella's just gonna, like, purposely say nothing.
I mean, maybe.
Look
So-
over here. That's where Aldrich was. Like, see? I told you. If I was blind, I would simply go on. Not even knowing he's not there anymore.
Who's talking to the air, and then Tala just like she just like face palms, but you can still hear her the plate.
That's a firm face palm.
It's like there's not like a. It's just like a little crick and clackle from armor moving. Over the course of 10 minutes or so, we'll say that's how long it takes Aldrich and Downway to sweep the town, I guess, or extend out the range. You guys can make more Constitution saving throws.
Let's see how bad I fail. Okay, so does exhaustion affect saves, or is it just...
I don't believe the first level does. I think it's just ability checks.
Just ability check, yeah.
Okay, cool. In that case, let's see how bad I fail.
Yeah, the third one is when it fucks you.
Yeah. Ability
So
check.
Marshall's still really. Man, you're rolling bad. Like what about plus?
I rolled good when it mattered.
You roll good when it matters. This is true. Chedimir, you're over like just sort of like just lean against the table, just sort of hoping someone's gonna come fix you, and then you're just like blinking your eyes. Like you've been blinking your eyes, hoping like still do something. And at some point when you've been blinking, like the darkness sort of begins clearing away, and you sort of see like a light at the end of like a little scope or something, and then it just begins growing, and then your vision returns to you.
Well, that's quite useful.
Simo, make a Constitution saving throw as well.
Can I guide her?
Rush out.
If you can find it and touch her, yeah. Actually, no, guidance doesn't affect saving throws, right?
No, just
No.
ability.
Just ability checks.
Oh,
Virtue effects saving throws.
You can do it to be nice.
So cool.
Shame. Sima is still paralyzed. Sort of locked in like this like shield wall position.
Annoyance.
Yeah, you see out of like a guy. I allow the theatric thing of when you're paralyzed. Like you can still move your eyes, which is honestly one of the more important things you should be able to move in your body. But so you can still see out of the corner of your eye, Chedimir like regain her vision. Like she's like blinks, looks at her hands, and looks at surroundings, and just like, oh, she can see again. Why come I can't fucking move though?
So here's a chain of thought I think Chedimir would come up with, is that the permanence of it could be linked to the runes still being there. Does that make sense?
I mean, you're free to think what you want to think. I don't know. I don't gotta confirm shit.
What's this plan again?
Aw.
You are in a swamp. That's just the little flat. Just kidding. There's no animals or insects. Which honestly is a pretty good thing for a swamp, not having any mosquitoes. But
Could I go around and just like go to each rune and just scrape off a piece, see if like breaking the mark helps Sima at all?
I mean, there's literally like hundreds of phrases of Fell Gods Be Rising written across the entire room.
No, I mean, oh wait, no, Aldrich didn't point out the runes, did he?
What rooms?
There was like specific spots where the guys came out of.
Yeah, but they're runes.
Oh, I thought those.
There's no symmetry or like other than the phrase and
okay.
frequency of it. There's not like they're structured in a way of a rune. They're just a bunch of written text.
I believe focal point was the word Crash used.
Focal
last
point,
session.
yeah.
Isn't there
Okay.
another room in there?
There is the door that you guys opened up top, which just leads to like a ladder way.
And the ladder way leads where to?
Well, you haven't climbed the ladder, so you don't
On
know.
the ladder.
All right.
I have nothing to do.
Deafened, Pico climbs the ladder. Well, no, as Aldrich and Dynamite return. The way down is just water, and you figure it just leads into like some drowned room.
What's this?
Leading up top, you see that it goes like another couple stories. As you climb up top, you see what you assume to be the barracks of sorts.
So sleeping room?
Yes.
And is there blood up here?
Nope.
Anything else that is bad?
Nope. No blood, no corpses, no nothing. No visible, obvious note.
I will yell down, just like, if you're all still alive, we can sleep up here.
I would respond, but I'm pretty sure they're still deaf.
Yeah. I'm a climb down. And once I'm down, I will turn around and just like, oh, you're still alive. We can sleep up there.
Thumbs up.
Okay. I go back up.
I'm just gonna let that slide. Anyways.
Another sidle's up next to you. I would not agree with sleeping in a place where, and she looks at the walls.
Yeah.
Madman scrawlings are in the basement.
Well, I was
Tends
just...
to have a bad effect.
Yeah, I figured. I was just giving thumbs up like, good job, and then they climb the thing because apparently they're an animal or something.
She doesn't say anything else, she just begins walking to just one of the walls and just looking at it. Like a person art, like museum examines art.
I think Jedimir follows, but is more just watching Anella than the in runes.
Clingy, fucking.
Not
nerd.
clinging like that. I meant she's curious what her thought process is.
Nah,
I
nah.
look
No,
at that.
clingy,
I'm gonna murder you all in real life.
clingy AF. I mean, if you want to try to discern Anella's thoughts on it, you can roll insight with advantage.
Sure. There's that button.
I mean, you probably have like a general estimate of the answer already.
Hey, that second one was a natural one.
Yeah, shame you didn't roll disadvantage. That'd be hilarious.
So exhausted.
Easy.
Wait, you do roll at disadvantage. You have exhaustion.
Son of a... Oh, so it'd just be neutral, so,
So
it's
it'd
still
just be the first
one.
number.
Okay. I gotta remember that.
You're fine.
Why do you get advantage? Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Because it's Anella.
Yeah.
Again, you as a player and as chairman probably have a rough estimate of the answer, and I'm just gonna like confirm like it's interesting to her. It's nothing new to her.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like she has like some hidden knowledge on the subject or something. Not more something you would assume, but something fun when she's out of the castle back in Sindel, yeah?
It's different.
Yeah, it's different. Like you.
Eh.
Much to Danny's chagrin. So, we'll just make only a couple minutes pass. Marshall and Seema, make me your saving throws.
Let's try
Constitution.
it. God damn it!
Nice.
Goodness.
It's not meant to be.
Seema's
You guys
such
could just-
a healthy girl, and like, wait a minute.
Not now.
That was Constitution. Oh,
It is
sorry. I
Constitution.
was looking at Pika's for a
Alright.
second, and I was like, why does that say the bonus is only 1? It's supposed to be plus
Well, this Marshall is no longer the blind Marshall.
Yeah.
Same deal, Marshall, as like you have like a general sense like of feel and sound, which you've applied in combat when you've had your like eyes tampered with, like to be like people throwing shit in your eyes or blood over your eyes or something like that. But then like obviously there's no, you feel no sand, you feel no blood. But like your eyes are sort of like, it's like REM, like you're just sort of moving as if you could see. And then after a while you sort of feel like this cloudiness over your gaze is sort of clear, and then you decide to open your eyes finally, and then you can see. And then Tala's like there next to you, and she notices this. Are you okay?
I am much better now. You fought very well today.
And she like holds up her shield. Fighting, I'm not sure, but defending, yes.
They are one and the same.
She shrugs. What were those creatures?
I think we both know I do not know.
I ask out of humor. She has like a dry and wry smile. not gonna smile. It's more like a light smirk.
Is that what they were? There may be more.
I'll stay ready. She hefts her shield a bit. You can assume that she's just gonna, for the time being at least, like she's just on permanent lookout. She pays particular focus on the walls now. So,
Should we just like start cleaning and wait for while Seema's
yeah,
not?
it's on you guys as the group. What do you want to do? Like over time, the next time, like I'm not like, yeah, like you guys could keep making these series, and eventually, hopefully, you'll succeed.
I'm like, it's so
One day.
because like I'm the person who, if we were waiting, could go around and just touch
Exactly.
everybody
You're the
and be
one
like,
person we don't want
"Minor
paralyzed.
elevation."
You're the like statistically, like because this is what you do for encounters as a GM. You sort of see like, okay, if I do these certain effects, who is likely to succeed? And I was like,
I'm trying to hide.
and you're definitely one of the people that I was thinking would succeed these sort of checks.
You know, I have a
homie.
decent constitution. It's not one of the ones that I have proficiency in, but it's like
No,
I
it
have
is.
good constitution.
No,
No,
she has work
wisdom and
ethic.
charisma.
A charisma.
Yeah, which is interesting.
It's a
But
C word.
It's
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I think they do
Strong
it because
save routine.
banishment and possession are charisma.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Getting possessed as a cleric, not a good look.
yeah, and so something that I have
Not
more
fun
of
card. Fair enough.
It's-
So
it-
yeah, I'd go back to the group and be like, so what do we do now?
I suppose we just clean up while we wait for Seema to move. Poke, poke.
I just walk over and
If you have a
pick her up
disguise,
and toss her over
throw a
my shoulder.
mustache on her.
Marcher just comes. Armored, plated Seema. Let's pick her up.
That's not.
And
A good,
then
you could
as
hurt
I'm
them.
as I'm still completely rigid, so it's like literally
Yeah.
like picking up a statue.
There is some like jostle when he picks you up, but you can tell that this is gonna feel really painful later as your muscles are forced to hold up their shape.
Marshall, put him down.
Yeah, paralysis isn't something that's meant to conform to the person being paralyzed. It's meant to something to aid the person paralyzing you. So yeah, you're just make me another Constitution saving throw. This is not. This is for something else.
And watch, I'm gonna get a fucking.
To
nat
like
20 on
not
this
like
one.
crick your
okay.
spine.
Still
Oh no.
pretty.
Okay, so later you will take a second point of exhaustion.
I'm just a sleepy girl. That's
From your body having to hold its rigid shape of your armor and your equipment while being carried around in an like it's like you're literally in like a shield wall battle ready position. So it's like yeah, it's weird to pick up and hold the shape of. So just yep, just note that.
Marshall, you should
But-
probably put them down. That's.
But
probably-
Pico and Seema, make me
It's fine.
like another Constitution saving throw to see if you guys recover from your effects.
come on, that one.
I was doing that, but so should we do
Oh, so
both of them?
close!
No! Man, I should throw some combat at you guys today. I think you guys might actually die.
No.
Just not even from my own preparation, but just from your own bad
Inability
luck.
to move.
Crash, did I hear Pico call from upstairs when I returned?
Yeah. You and Janely would have been coming back in the room as Pico had gone. Like, you would have seen the fancy shoes of Pico go up the ladder.
Okay.
And
there
then
was
go over it.
a path down into the water as well inside the room.
It's like a ladder that goes up and down between floors. There's 2 floors above you where you are now, and then some unknown amount below you. That's
Sunken
like,
bell tower, kind of.
something like that, basically. Yeah.
Okay. I'll take a loose object, cast light on it, and drop it into the ladder with the water. And look.
You do see it settle eventually on like roughly a floor below you, barely, because the water's like pretty murky and it's not exactly illuminated in here, other than the light that you just cast and stuff like that. Yeah, there seems to be another doorway that leads to another floor below you, from what you just dropped. And you see that they're like the ladder way. Unless you're trying to say like how many floors is below you, unless that's your.
No, I'm just I wanted to see what I could see in the immediate vicinity underneath the floor
Underneath the floor. Okay.
that we're standing on.
I mean, in immediate vicinity, from the way you sort of plop the loose object down, it appears to be like a similar room structure, at least from like this angle, maybe bigger, but in terms of like its contents and things like that, you can't really make the shape of it necessarily. It's sort of a multitude of like rectangular things, some triangular things, but like it's hard to tell in murky water, and plus they're probably like desiccated over time and water erosion, things like that. There's like a sort of like algae and plant life growing on it too.
Downstairs seems clearish. Well, it's murky, but someone might want to keep an eye on it in case something pops up.
Doesn't murky specifically mean not clear?
Boo.
Of enemies, Chedomir. Don't stoop to my levels.
It was too easy. Anyways.
I shall keep watch. Tala volunteers.
I'll head upstairs to see what Pika was on about.
Yeah, so you go up and you see Pico up here with you. So it's it's very uniform. Like the layouts of these outposts are very different, but in terms of contents, they're very similar. Bunk beds, chests that are cast open. There's like an opposite balcony, or not balcony, like large window on the far end. It follows a similar rectangle, albeit smaller, rectangular layout of the floor below you. And the ladder does go one more floor up.
And the opened chests are all emptied?
Correct.
So similar to what I've seen before?
Yes. The trend seems to be consistent.
And there was one more pathway up?
Yeah, there's the ladder. There's one more floor above you that the ladder it climbs up to.
I'm maintaining the light spell, by the way, in case they need to look into the water.
Gotcha. There's not a range on that. You sort of just cast in. It just lasts, right?
Oh, okay. I'll link it.
Okay. 1 hour. Yeah. Touch something. Yeah. Okay, so it's a fire and forget light spell. Good enough.
I don't want to step into whatever's above me, but I'll sort of peek in.
Yeah, you sort of just lean against the door, or not the door, the ladder, and like a close far wall, and just sort of shimmy up it and just sort of peek.
Mm-hmm.
It leads outside. And you sort of see the jaggedness of this. Like, it leads to like an outside area, but it was not built such. So it's this upper area does have like chunks of its walls and stuff like that missing. Not to any significant stat. It's not like some post-apocalyptic thing, but there are like significant holes and things that just never got patched up.
Any signs of movement?
You see something here at first, honestly, twittering about. And you peek up and you see now this is the aviary of this outpost. And there's one bird.
Is it caged? Is it free?
It's in its like wooden little cage. There are no other birds with it though. Yeah.
I'll head up and I'll see if I can lift the whole cage that it's in, and
the cage is like oh wait, shit, where's it?
Unless
Old
it's
tape
attached
measure
to
broke,
like
and I bought a new one because it was $1. I just gotta find it because I don't know where the fuck it went. Oh fuck, I'm gonna use old tape measure. I'm too lazy to look. It's probably like the cage itself is like it's sort of built in this little cluster, little complex, if you would, of other cages of like the same size. They're like cubes, little cubes that are just sort of held via what's the term? Woven vine and stuff together. So they'll just start dangling there, and this one just sort of sits on the bottom right. And the cage itself is like Like a few feet. I heard a noise that startled me. Like a couple of feet in terms of like length, but it's it's a cube, so.
I'll stick my head in the entryway and yell, "Shadowmere, get up here!"
Shadowmere, you hear that echo down. Shadowmere, get up here.
I'm still sleeping, by the way. I don't hear anything of that.
Good shot. Take a nap. Shadowmere will go check it out.
Alright, so you climb up, see Pico lying down on a bunk.
I am in my panda form.
That's probably not good, but they are adorable, so I cannot disturb this. And continues up.
See, Aldrich, you see the scene before you of this chunk missing, sort of hexagonal room that this is, and then to one end, Aldrich and the 16 or so little bird cages, with one of them filled. Well, filled, occupied.
You've talked to animals before, right? I point at the bird.
Sure, I can do that, and I use the earring.
And while Shadowmere's doing that, I'll look and see if there's any correspondence left over.
This is already different because of the birds here, but this outpost is also different in that you actually do see like the supplies and materials, utensils for correspondence, for writing stuff here. You see that there's like a small little stack of papers with a little paperweight on it, a paper laid out also with a paperweight on it, and ink and an inkwell just right there. Nothing written on the letter though.
I will start writing something on it. I have a thing in mind. I will send you a doc later. It's a report of what we've seen that I intend to hand over to Arnold. What's his name, right?
Yeah, Arnold.
Yes.
So you've been writing out your report?
Yeah, I'll give you a Word doc of what exactly I'm writing in a bit.
Gotcha. But yeah, so Audrey been setting about writing on this. And, been writing on it. Just sort of going. Meanwhile, Shadowmere, you flick on the earring that allows you to speak to creatures of animalistic characteristic.
Bestial nature.
Bestial nature. So you go out and you go up to it. What do you say?
Hello.
Cocks its head at you.
Say what?
It just cocks its head at you. Like, you said hello to it and it just looks at you and tilts its head like in that bird manner.
How's it going? I have not talked to birds in a while. Are you hungry? Is this earring working? Are you actually a bird, or are you like some mimic thing? I put like I take out like a piece of bread and just like put it at its little cage.
It takes it and swallows it whole.
Probably not a bird. Does its mouth like
It opens up and it looks, it eats it, like, it consumes it like a normal bird, but it doesn't peck at it like a bird does. It just...
Aldrich, I'm mostly positive that this bird is either not a bird or a bird that's been kind of fucked with.
Oh. Crash, can I make a Constitution saving throw?
I mean, if you're sleeping, then it goes away, but if you have to long rest for it to go away.
Yeah, I'm trying to rest, but it's not going to be like a full rest.
So you're not resting at all is basically what you're saying.
The bird's got poop brain.
Yeah.
Then yeah, make a Constitution saving throw. Same for Seymour.
Is it possible for the bird to be too... Oh my gosh, they're
By the
fine.
way.
Is it possible for the bird to be too stupid to talk?
Finally! Jesus
There
Christ.
you go. You guys finally...
And that's definitely Seema saying that. She like breaks out and just
Yeah, you're getting held up by Marshall, and then like Marshall, you feel like they're like a quivering of like someone. It's like someone lifting a weight that's like barely under their barely at their strength threshold, and then Seema just like not limp, but she like drops like all of their muscle holding hadn't been held up in this way for like such a long time, and then Seema says finally.
I just grab her and kind of set her down on her feet, like, good to see you are okay. Are you able to walk yet?
I do like a little like baby giraffe like quivering because I'm also exhausted as hell. But I'm assuming, Crash, that I am able to.
You're able to walk and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Your speed is halved. That's what exhaustion 2 gives you. So you might be a bit not limping, but just slow in your gait. But yeah, you can
I wish
walk.
there was a place for temporary speed.
I mean, hopefully, hopefully you don't get exhausted enough to the point.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of like narrative, it just means that like the group, if you're the one walking, like the group will have to like slow down to keep with you or outpace you. But obviously, if you go on like a horse or a wagon, like you guys have, it doesn't matter because you're not the one walking.
Random
So,
question.
So many things.
Does the bird ping my Fadar?
I guys assume everything's a fae. Just because they might be doesn't mean you gotta keep investigating.
You gotta check.
Roll the accordion stuff. I believe it's just a wisdom roll.
You gotta check.
It's
So I got
almost
probably
like
a
you
woken.
throw a lot of fae at us, you know?
So I
also
probably
good.
got
You guys travel with a fairy and you guys make deals with fairy courts. I don't know what to tell you.
It's
Come on.
the only,
I'm not
it's the only
complaining.
tool
The
at my
first thing
disposal.
you guys did in the campaign was make a deal with a fairy.
And then try to flirt with them and be bad at it.
Yeah, that's how you guys gotta turn the mirror. You got it.
You know, it's my only
So-
tool at the moment. I can't. I
Fair
gotta use
enough.
Garth probably awoke me by talking about the weird bird. So wake up, and still as a panda, like, is it a real bird? Like, do I smell if it's an animal?
It seems like a real bird to you.
Is it a real bird? Can I talk to it? Just like make noises. I go up to it and I smell it.
Smells like a real bird.
I'm ready at any instant to pull the tiny panda away in case the bird tries to eat it.
To Aldrich, this thing does not trigger your Fadar.
Oh, it's
What
not
kind of
a
bird-
fake creature.
Could I use primeval awareness? Sorry.
Oh my gosh, you actually remembered you have that.
Honestly,
Oh
it's
my
because you
goodness.
used the
No,
Fadar
I
thing.
must-
It's like, oh yeah, that's a thing I could do.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, it doesn't count now. Doesn't count. Doesn't count. You had help. Doesn't count. Let's see. Ranger, awareness.
Oh, I put it in the chat.
No, I read it. Fuck you.
Okay. Okay. Be like that.
I read it.
I read.
I read it and I sleep on you together. Oh yeah, that's right. I said you can still do this, but you still don't have any spells. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So for 1 minute per, I'm assuming you're just doing like a first level spell slot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
just
you
needs to be, like,
detect if
pink.
any of these creatures is with.
We also said
Yeah.
it specifies because we travel with fucking dragons and fairies, and it's like it'd be useless otherwise.
I don't think I said that.
I thought we agreed on that. Because otherwise
don't
it would
believe
just
so.
ping whenever fucking Anella...
Well, yeah, that's what happens when you travel with them.
Okay, well...
Do you want
Sure.
a fairy on your team, or do you want to
Do you
be
want
able to
all
tell
powerful
exactly when a
Anoa?
fairy is around?
Or who could kill any other Fae, honestly.
But she doesn't
Or-
want to.
Well, yeah, because that breaks a bunch of rules and violations. Duh.
Why do we have this lady around?
This aberration's like Mind Flayer, right? So, no. No on aberrations, no on celestial, no on dragons. For once, for the first time in a while, you don't have that triggered.
Boo. I was just saying the same.
Not elemental, not a Fae, as told by Aldrich. It is not a fiend, as not undead.
Nifty. But it's a weird... What if it's just a weird and stupid
It's
bird?
just got poo brain. I told y'all. That bird has PTSD because it saw people brutally murdered.
What kind of a bird is it?
It is a pigeon.
Pigeon.
Yeah. Would they?
I will
Is
put
it
it.
one of the fancy bread ones that has like dumb?
No, I'm talking about LA pigeon where they've seen some shit. It's not like a French pigeon, which they
It's part
actually
of the
good.
crooks.
No, it's like
Very,
American
very
pigeon, which
quick
looks like
sidebar.
shit.
Whenever I was in Chile, I saw the most fucked up pigeon I've ever seen in my life, and it had profound impact on me. And that's
I
how I'm
will-
picturing this pigeon.
Well, at least Discord's lasting a little bit before damaging me. Yeah,
I don't know,
it's-
y'all. So
Is it just a stupid bird?
can I put the bird in my mouth?
You put the bird in your mouth.
Yeah.
It flies away. You guys have to open the cage to get to it. You realize this, right?
Oh, there's a cage holding it.
Yeah. Why do you think it's just chilling there?
Fair.
Do you guys open
I
the
put,
cage?
No, I put a good berry in between the cages.
Do you guys open the cage?
No, I put a good berry in it.
It doesn't need it. There's no floor to this cage. It's just a wooden grid with like little wooden beams for it to sit upon.
Hey, Edgar.
Yeah, there's no floor to this cage. It's a literal bird cage.
I asked
Okay, I
Edgar,
turned-
is this bird just really stupid or is it a weird bird?
I forgot which voice I gave Edgar at this
I
point.
think you gave him like kind of Cockney.
No, we gave the seagull that, but
Oh, right.
Shit, but
I mean, at this point, if everyone's okay, I'll just make Edgar Cockney.
I feel like
I'm
you
into
should be
it.
like more Oxford professor.
Please, that'd be great.
I like the idea of having a very deep and sophisticated voice. It's a
didn't
Fraser
get that
Crane
in the book.
voice.
How about this? You just change the voice every time so you don't have to kill.
No. I'll try to remember he has a relatively intelligent voice. Jedamir, I have no clue.
Well, you're about the same spot we are.
Pigeons are stupid, I say in panda form, and then I turn into a human.
Pigeons are dumb. That being said, they're not this dumb.
Traumatized or like magicked? Sorry.
No comment?
What if I just put like a loaf of bread that's like way too big for the bird? Like in the cage. Does it like peck at it? Or is it just not hungry
No.
anymore?
Yeah, it doesn't need anything else.
Aldrich, did you need to send that note?
no, I just figured it might have seen something.
Well, it's a weird fucking bird that's not talking. That's all I got.
It doesn't even speak our tongue. And you...
Are you
Edgar,
even a
like,
bird?
me?
No, not you. You silly, silly raven.
I will peck you.
I would not be surprised. Ow.
Let it be known.
Let it be known that the bird will peck you.
I'll
Should I stab the bird?
Jesus.
Not you.
I'll ask the bird in Sylvan. Hey there, pigeon. You okay?
Okay, I'm back at
You may
human.
tell Aldrich that I don't think it's there.
I take the cage and throw it down in the water.
No.
No.
You do that?
No.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, everyone else is free to stop you, so...
We're not
I don't
drowning
know.
the bird.
I was just about to say, why are you talking to a bird?
You're not here, you're just-
Marshall's climbed up at this point and like
like-
inquiring where you guys are, and then he comes up, and remember the earring lets you comprehend birds and stuff like that, or comprehend animals and stuff like that. So you're still talking common, but at the same time, you guys are all hunched over this like one bottom right corner of this like 4x4 grid of bird cages, talking intensely to each other and towards the bird. And then Marshall sees this and says, "Yeah."
It's a weird bird. We're trying to figure out why it's weird. Even Edgar thinks it's weird.
I don't know.
I throw it down to
You said
hatch.
something before, Crush. I didn't quite catch you.
No, I said, "Oh no," because my Discord broke. But it only broke for like 3 seconds this time. I didn't even need to disconnect.
You said something is not quite there.
Oh yeah, Edgar was saying it's just not quite there.
Yeah, I would have just translated that.
mental faculty wise.
Ah, okay.
Traumatized.
I still throw it down the stairs.
Well,
No.
I mean, you have to get through your two companions and now Marshall, who's like at the
it
top
probably
of the ladder.
fills up the ladder.
The
What do
ladder
you
space is like it's like a square, but it's pretty large. It's not like a single person that's like crunched up in it.
What about a
It's-
single Marshall?
Do you all
A single Marshall. I think his equipment on his back might be making things a bit awkward and climbing because of protrusion and stuff like that. But it doesn't take up all of it. That means that if you throw it down, you're probably gonna hit Marshall, or at least one of his weapons.
Dunk that bird.
Don't talk.
Come on, slam.
Seema just like yells up the ladder. Hey, you thinking about throwing a bird down here? I don't think that sounds like a good idea.
Metagaming pigeon. Cuckoo.
If I
We
remember
found the
correctly,
metagaming pigeon, guys.
You guys have the earpieces, remember?
Oh shit, that's a thing.
Yeah. Connor gave them to all of you. I think I said they had an operating range of like 500 feet.
Not to me, so I throw the pigeon down.
Seema, catch the pigeon.
Okay, well then you hit Marshall.
Why?
So
He's
hold on.
on the ladder.
So Pico picked up the whole bird cage or opened it?
I picked up the whole bird cage.
So yeah, she tore it from the 15 other bird cages. Again, they're sort of like connected together via like just sort of 4 columns, just sort of.
You see
yeah.
Ulrich scribble on the piece of paper, Red Panda destroyed bird cage.
Can I attempt to catch that?
Okay. Make me a dex saving throw, I guess.
Yeah, let's make this happen.
18.
Yeah, okay. But you're literally sort of obstructing the ladder way down. It's not like it's wide enough for 2 people. I'll put it like that. So you hold onto the ladder with one of your hands and then grab the little wooden grid thing.
Yeah.
The bird is just sort of fluttering around in it as it gets tossed.
Like, I have been working on trying to catch things that have been thrown at me. And then I toss it over my shoulder.
Down or?
I mean, yeah, it's the only place over his shoulder. So
I guess
Well,
Seema's
that
try to catch
bird's
it
gonna
then.
drown.
So I'm think that Seema's gonna make a small, make an effort to try to catch the bird cage now.
okay, roll dex, but at disadvantage.
So dex saving or just dex?
Dex saving. The same stuff as what Marshall was doing.
But at
with
a
disadvantage.
disadvantage. Okay, well,
Because you weren't actually like you didn't really tell me that you're like coming up or anything. So
yeah.
I'll still allow it, but
No,
yeah, no.
slips right through my little
You're
finger.
like coming up. I was like, what is going on up there? Like you're about to put your hand on one of the ladder's rungs, and then it like 6 inches to the left of your hand is, and you're like, what?
Was that a bird?
Just dead. Can I
don't know,
eat
you're
it?
not- You're not there to see.
I throw it. I scream down.
If you wanted to eat it, I would have suggested not trying to drown it in probably polluted, gross blood water. Possibly blood.
There's no water downstairs.
Yes, there is.
Not at the bottom of the ladder.
Yes,
At the
it's
bottom
drowned,
of the
isn't
bottom
it?
of the other ladder. Oh,
Yeah, but not this one.
I think you all know what the ladder way looks like, so I'm not gonna say anything.
do I really have to point it out? What you
What?
just did?
I threw a bird down.
Yes. I'm surprised. See, here's the thing. I'm not sure how much value our current employer, lack of a better word, puts into a pigeon. But if there's any sort of indication that something survived the attack, I'm pretty sure they would want to see that. So,
Well, they could have told me that
Pico.
before. I don't know you were employed.
no, that's what I'm telling you now. So, Pico, here's the thing. If your pigeon tossing prevents us from retrieving something taken from Cheddarmere, you and I are going to have a problem. I'm just saying that up front.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that it meant so much to you.
I'm so touched that you're concerned. Did that sound sarcastic? It wasn't supposed to be sarcastic.
Before you throw things at people or down ladders, it may behoove you to think twice or thrice.
I usually think with my stomach, but I will consider it.
Marvelous. So, there's no correspondence left over, from what I can tell. Now that the threats are out of the way,
I believe this was the last one, correct?
Indeed. So we just gotta make it presentable, and we can go. Presentable
I'll tap
being
the-
relative.
I'll tap the earring. Seema, can you hear me?
Yes.
Did you catch the
what-
bird?
What happened to the bird?
That was a bird. You hear an hour remark over your earpieces.
How can you? You can just hear that.
My dear, I have an earpiece as well.
Oh, I didn't know that one. Okay, continue.
What did happen to the bird? I know that it fell, but
It fell down because like you're on
Super fucking
like
dead.
basically the ladder was just a singular hole that goes down like this little spire on the back side of this building. But the thing is, your floor is the only one that's like barely not sunken. So the little hatch, I guess, hatch space that leads down, like you go down like a foot, maybe like 8 inches to a foot, like a little bit, and there's just water. So you saw the whatever it was really quick, and you weren't exactly anticipating it. But you now know it's a bird apparently,
yeah.
and just.
I have to. Here's the thing. I have to be the worst. I'm getting a phone call right now that I have to take real quick.
Seema dies and falls in the water.
Yep.
She goes to save the bird and drowns.
Shame.
No bird dies on my watch.
Don't
It was actually a rock and turns into a gargantuan bird and carries her away.
don't swim with full plate mail.
I think the game has like rules for swimming in like heavy armor, but I'm too lazy to like.
Yeah, it probably puts you at like half speed and disadvantage and bullshit like that.
I mean, swimming in general like counts as difficult terrain. I think I'm automatically puts you at half speed if you don't have a
Nice.
swimming speed.
So you just
I
don't
think-
swim.
That's what I thought. I think that you just can't swim.
Oh,
You can
nice.
walk on the bottom of the water, but I don't think that's what most people want to do.
By the
So,
way,
yeah.
Edgar, stay far away from the panda.
Noted.
So how have you been? We haven't talked in a while.
That is hardly upon me.
Fair point.
Oh, ooh, that's interesting.
Ooh.
Have Edgar roll perception, but with disadvantage.
Oh, that's a fun one. He's definitely gonna see that.
I don't know, you never fucking know. Maybe
Oops.
roll 2 nat 20s.
I pressed advantage. 12. Wait, was second was
Index.
19.
Continue as you were.
Okay.
And welcome back.
My friend lost her purse, so I had to help her retrace her steps maybe a little bit. But
That sucks.
yep.
Recris has it.
Yeah.
Yes. So, so Seema, the water is like bubbling and stuff like that as the cage just sort of drips down. You can still see it. Like the light that on the object dropped is below it at this point, so it sort of just illuminates upward, and you sort of see the silhouette of a flailing bird and the cage surrounding it.
Oh god, it's horrifying.
horrifying. Can I like reach the cage to try to pull it out?
I mean, you can try going for it. It's very sunken at this point. Like it's already like a couple feet down.
And you're in heavy armor,
Sinking
so caution.
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't really want to drown trying to save a pigeon, but also this is highly disturbing.
Do you respond at all to the?
Yeah.
Bird drown, bird drown.
Aldrich called down via the earpieces you guys have.
Yep.
Which, I think about it, yeah, only 3 of you have it. Well, I guess I know 4. Danway. No. How many did I give you? I think I just gave you guys 5, right?
Yeah, you just gave us like 5.
1 for the party, yeah.
Yeah. And Karis didn't take theirs.
Right, so Okay, just doing some mental logistics.
But yeah, I report back that this is really fucked up because that bird's in a cage and I just see the bubbles coming up and it's a sinking.
Okay, well, I'm gonna
I'll,
just go grab the bird now.
I'll try and slide down the ladders and mage hand that shit up.
Or that works too.
What's the range on Mage Hand?
Like 30 feet.
Hold on.
I think 15.
Let's just say
I don't remember.
120.
Oh yeah, sure.
I was right.
30 feet.
But it can only pick up like 10 pounds or something? No, this bird probably weighs fucking... Yeah.
Let's see here.
How heavy is
Blah
10?
blah blah. You move blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I can't pick up his. Yeah. All right, so Marshall clears out of the way. I don't know if he walks onto the top floor.
Yeah, no, just keep on walking.
Okay. So yeah, you guys clear down the ladder, and then you guys Mage Hand and begin pulling up this this cage, which is like again sort of like backlight illuminated from the let's say like a cup that you sort of illuminate, like cast light upon and just chuck down. And you pull it out. At this point, the pigeon is like unconscious from
We need to give it
breathing
tiny
water.
CPR.
I'll grab the cage with my own hands and I'll CPR the bird with mage hand.
Nice!
CPR.
You know what? Roll me animal handling. This is one of the
Can I
few times I
assist
actually
him?
need it.
Can I assist him with
Sure.
that? Yeah.
Can I get
Sure.
guidance?
But can you what?
Guidance him?
You
Alright,
got
so what am I
guidance. You got...
Animal handling.
Manage guidance. Animal handling.
We're saving this
This
bird!
is literal animal handling.
Guidance is a
Good
D4.
roll, good roll.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna roll a d20 minus so what would be like a bird's constitution? Like minus,
-2.
yeah,
Yeah,
minus.
birds are
Actually, what's
Notoriously
Edgar's? Let me
fragile.
check.
Well, Edgar's is special, is the thing.
Yeah, but I think he would, like has average health, so he's like 10. So put pigeon at -1, I suppose.
-1 or -2. I feel like pigeons are, or just birds in general, are notoriously fragile, but then
Yeah, you
pigeons
give 'em a
do
you
have
give 'em a
their
good
extra
kick and the
benefit
pigeon's
of
dead.
not giving a fuck.
Let's say -2
Yeah.
of them.
And plus, they eat like anything, so they have to have some sort of constitution.
That is fair, so let's say -1. Okay. So this is its like constitution saving throw, I guess, and it'll just determine the DC. It's not breathing.
It's super dead.
Also, why is it still saying no? That's hilarious.
And now what happens?
That's a Noah's like ability to hold back laughter at this stupid scene.
Perfect.
She means giggling.
Maybe Anila is actually a pigeon.
And,
Really?
Anila.
Oh yeah, I
ye-
said you pronounced Tolo one more time wrong. Her name's
That was an
Anila now.
accident, and I did correct myself.
give it a trial period. Oh, maybe it'll learn the lesson. Maybe not. But yeah, no, that bird is it's not breathing.
That bird's fucked up.
So can I eat it now?
I'll uncork the healing potion that I have.
Hold on, no.
I am committed.
No. Here, use this. And I just give him one of mine.
No.
Use mine.
Here, don't use the good one. Use the not as good one. It's like a D4 plus 2.
I'll
This is ridiculous.
I'll
Just
pour
have
a single drop into the beak and then just drip it with the mage hand.
Yeah, there's so.
It turns into soup.
I'm so done. End the session here. So you.
Yeah, we're good. Just end the
Yeah.
campaign there.
Yeah, you find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. So you apply the healing potion to the pigeon.
It drowns in healing potion.
Here's the thing. In technicality, NPCs don't have like saving throws and stuff. They just sort of die. In technicality, and this thing is definitely not anywhere near significant enough for its. It's a fucking pigeon. What's the dice amount for your healing?
I believe it's 1d4 plus int, so it's 1d4 plus 2.
Okay, so roll 1d4 on a 3 and 4. I'll let it come back to life. On a 1 and 2, it stays dead. because like
50-50, let's go.
NPC should like automatically die, most of the time.
I mean,
Save that
yes,
bird. Save
that's
that bird.
If you cast
Yeah.
Revivify on a damn bird, it's been more than 1 minute since it died, so I don't think you can cast Revivify.
Revivify the bird.
Also, I don't think I have that.
Well then, Chase,
Well,
Isn't it
for
like
the dying,
500
yeah, for
gold
dying.
gem to do that?
maybe.
You have it. We have
So-
water too.
So, yeah, roll 1d4. Someone.
Garth, it's your potion. You roll.
Go, the bird lives!
Yeah.
The bird
Yeah, the
lives!
bird begins breathing and just coughing out water.
We just waterboarded a bird.
Dumbest thing
Yeah, you
you've
just
ever
waterboarded a
done.
fucking bird and brought it back to life.
This is the best shit.
This is
Happy birthday to me.
yeah. So the bird is alive. So congratulations, and it
I
begins
put the bird-
flailing around.
I put the birdcage on the floor.
It begins flailing around, trying to get out.
The bird is evidence. We're keeping it alive. Don't eat it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Pico is really disappointed.
That was the most ridiculous 3 minutes of my entire life.
That was one of the most foolish things I have ever seen.
Wow, that's impressive.
I mean, most of the time before, when pranks happen, those are with purpose. But this is just born of your own ignorance.
I mean, at least we know my potions work.
Indeed. So at least you had a unwilling test subject.
Yeah. Hey. Okay, we should probably clean this place up now.
Pico, Chedamere,
Mhm.
roll me perception.
I have advantage. Oh wait, no, I also have disadvantage because that thing. So I have neutral.
15.
Yeah, this bird is, it needs gentle care this trip, or it might die again. I'll put it to you like that. It sort of looked like shit before. Again, LA pigeon style. But now it looks like, now it's been literally waterboarded and brought back to life barely. Yeah, it's not.
Now it's in New
Don't
York.
jostle it too much. Don't throw it against a tree. Don't let the wagon flip over, and you'll be fine.
Okay.
If not, then it might have a heart attack and die.
Take care of board. Add to list.
Yes. Yeah. So, just keep that in mind. And I know it remarks this to everyone that this poor thing probably won't be able to survive much more stress.
I want to like take it and just like. Oh wait, it's still.
It's still in a
it's not
cage.
any longer. It is in the cage still, or
It's
is
still in the
it?
cage.
Okay.
Did you guys take it out of the cage?
It'll fly away if we do that.
No, keep it in the cage.
Is it able to fly any longer? This is
Yes, it's
insinuating.
going crazy in there.
Yeah, no, you could safe to assume if you open the cage, it's got a fucking book.
Okay. I was picturing it very lethargic.
Can I
No,
try
it's
to
very
calm
active
Bird?
and crazy.
Can I try to
Yeah.
calm Bird by whispering sweet nothings in its ear?
Sweet nothing.
That's why
I don't.
it's fine. I'm sorry.
No. No. You do that, but to no effect. I'll put it like that.
All right, I'll take it. -1 charisma.
If we put it
That's
on
a
the
fucking
floor,
dumbass bird.
is it a good berry?
I don't think it's hungry.
No, this thing's still flying around madly in this cage.
Well, don't I eat it?
No,
I do.
no, you don't.
Of course I do.
You go near that
Nom,
cage
nom,
and I
nom,
shove you
nom.
back.
No, eat the
No, I
good
eat
berry,
the
not the
good
Oh,
bird.
the good berry.
Dumbass.
I'm a dumbass.
Well, I understand like why you thought that.
Yeah, considering they were literally trying to eat the bird.
I
a
was
minute
definitely
ago.
picturing that too. So as Dragana was
Yeah,
like,
so-
"Oh
No,
nom nom
no,
nom," I just
no.
like pictured her like tauntingly holding the bird and like.
Oh no, I was picturing the good berry.
Okay, so bird situation aside, what do you guys do?
I go up and finish my report.
Okay, you go up and finish your report. The rest of you, what do you do?
Looking
Can we-
stupefied how much effort they're putting into this bird.
Yeah, Tyler's watching this like right next to you, just like really fucking confused. Is the bird special? Is it
No.
a magic bird?
It's actually pretty stupid.
Then why are you say?
Because it's someone else's shit, and we have to make sure that like whatever lives comes back or whatever.
Believe me,
look at
small
the
girl.
They have
body.
some honor, at least.
Same thing.
I look at the body with the hundreds of spikes and I'm like, I'm sure they're going to miss it.
Huh. She just looks at the porcupine corpse view. She's like,
Look, we already did the
Anything else?
stupid bit with the bird. We can't take it back. I'm just live with it. Do you want to help clean or do you want to watch the bird?
I want to eat it.
No. If you eat this bird, I will destroy you.
So, what are you guys doing?
Whispering to Pico, you should eat that bird.
I know. I'm afraid of the other dude.
Oh. Does Pico think Chenimir's a dude?
Anyways,
Anyways, yes.
I know you guys have a notorious reputation for boggling my
Idiots.
plans of speed, but this is literally going above and out of the way to purposely do
So
it.
yeah,
Clean.
Siva looks up, super sleepy.
Shh.
What time of day is it at this point, Crash?
At this point of travel, come down south and a half.
Hi.
I put you somewhere around 3:30, 4 o'clock, something like that. Not sunset yet. You still have a couple hours.
Yeah.
But wait,
Here's
when
the
did we
thing.
have a long rest?
You guys didn't have a long rest.
Yeah, the last time we rested was
Last time you guys had a long rest was when you guys rested at the tree outpost and then came down here. Or rested
never
outside, or rested out after the tree outpost.
I think the plan was to return to the wagon after we cleared this.
Yeah.
We did rest at the treehouse because I would have changed my spells back then.
It doesn't matter. So, to the cleaning then.
To Aldrich, I'll give the freebie. You will have to be a bit attentive when cleaning this stuff when it comes to magical means and stuff like that. Just like it might be as simple as clearing away the scrawlings on the wall, or it might not.
Magical
So-
backlash.
You might just end up like it's like cleaning blood, but then you go over it with like a UV light and you still see the stains, something like that, just magically. So you got to be a bit attentive, or you cast a spell magic.
That's what I was about to say. If I were to, I mean, we could potentially try to first physically clean, and then I can ritually cast detect magic to see if we cleaned it well enough. Does that make sense?
Maybe you should do the detect magic first.
So
we
yeah,
find
I'll
the bad spots.
So yeah, while everybody's like fucking around with the bird and Pico's trying to eat it and shit, I'm gonna be ritually detecting magic.
Okay, so 10 minutes go by.
I'll also tell everyone that when you're dealing with the wall paint, be thorough, be careful.
So,
You notice that Tala just sort of steals herself while she looks at the wall.
so Crash, I didn't know we took a long rest. Like ever since we met. Ever.
You guys definitely took a long rest.
Yeah.
You guys asked me, like, is this the night Owen and Nevi, do the thing? I'm like, yes, it is the night Owen and Nevi do the
Okay.
thing.
No, it's mainly because I would have changed my spells. I was waiting for a long rest.
That is upon you, not upon me.
You can do it next
Okay.
rest.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't know we had a first rest, so I'm just gonna change it now.
No,
That's
if
kind
you
of-
didn't do it, no. It was
Well,
very clear you guys took a long rest, especially when you were the one that asked me, is this when Owen and Nevi, is this the night Owen and Nevi do the thing? And then you guys took watch.
I meant this night. I didn't take watch, did I?
No, others.
We did calligraphy together.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was what happened.
Weren't you at the Fae house when you took a long rest?
That wasn't a rest, that was like 20 minutes.
Okay. Then I have no idea what happened.
Just, it's fine.
Just continue as if nothing happened, and let's get moving. So,
As
Good
I'm
evening.
writing the report, I will check in with Chedamir every now and then to see how the cleaning process is going. Because
Fair
I would
enough.
add that to the report at the end.
Fair enough. So Seema, you cast Detect Magic. And I could tell you that every single bit of writing upon the walls glows with some magic essence.
And so can I do, I guess, I want to know whether, like, physically cleaning it off would actually do anything. Would that be like an Arcana check?
Yeah, Roam Arcana.
I'm not, guiding myself.
Okay.
Well, let's see if I can get above an average. Nope.
I mean, in theory, it should.
Alright.
It'd be similar to, like, this is no way a rune. Not in any way, shape, or form is this like a rune other than it's magic. But in line of logic to it being a rune and just sort of... There's magics available in the world that aren't in the Player's Handbook of long-term, different effect magics. That you've seen the effects of this in House Bellinger, where it's had stacked effects and things like that. You've seen it already. This is sort of falls along those lines, and runes fall under that category of long-term magic, so to speak. And in line with it being a rune and a rune being that type of magic, disrupting it should, like, just at any point, like, if you cross a single line on a rune, you basically fucked it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how precise they have to be. So for all you know, there might be some method to this madness.
Okay.
That's for, like, discerning patterns and stuff like that. I'm not... There might be a pattern, it might not be, but that's when 8 and Arcana gets you. So, you guys been, I don't know, scrubbing down the room, getting some water from outside.
Some nasty swamp water.
I mean, better than blood on the walls.
Fair.
So you guys said about cleaning it.
Did Aldrich and Danaway find any other bodies while they were out and about?
No.
Okay, cool.
The fuck would be a cleaning check would be? I don't fucking know.
Dexterity?
Group roll.
Yeah, just all of you just roll me like your dex, and we just like let's see how quickly you can clean. I'll put it like that.
Should I roll a disadvantage?
Ha! Not 20!
No, you could. You should. Yeah, you should roll a disadvantage. Yeah.
Shadowmere.
Although the nat 20 definitely helps her case.
Shadowmere's just so fucking good at cleaning.
Look, she's had to clean up a lot of blood off clothes and stuff her entire life. She knows
Just
this.
like it's like we all just like out of the corner of our eyes, Seema's just like, holy shit, she's good. Like,
Good at housework.
Dana will probably
no
remark
wonder
that-
Nala wants to wife you. Like,
She doesn't have to work anymore. She can just get me to do all of it.
Yeah, but how's your cooking?
Terrible.
Well then, I guess you got to split the chores on the house side.
Danny might remark something along the lines of, you know, Chenmir, there's a line of work in Soulswall that seems to be perfect for you.
A specialized type of cleaning people might be handy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to this corner and talk to you. Bye.
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of you do roll though.
I'm sitting at a blood spot, just like rubbing it. Just like I don't want to do this.
You're doing your best, sweetie.
Alright, well if you put no effort into it, then fine. Anyone that puts effort into it, roll. Dex. I'll roll for Atala and Downway.
Does Marshall give a damn?
No, it's up to Marshall.
Ooh.
He tries, but I think he just makes a bigger blood spot. You know, Viscera
Atala's
cleanup
not that
detail
much
where you knock
better
over the bucket?
Yeah, I mean, I figure it's like a situation where I'm like, sure, I'll copy what you're doing.
This is a very swingy day for rolls, isn't it? Alright, well... You guys managed to finish before sunset, so, you know, go eat. Yo, Kraken. Love Kraken videos. Yeah, like... You guys finished before sunset. Like, the blood comes off really easily. Like, it's not like it's, like, as if it's, like, been freshly painted or anything. It's not like it's, like, sort of dripping when you guys clean it, but it's clear that it didn't have, like, for whatever reason, the ability to dry and coagulate onto the wall. So it cleans relatively fine. So you guys managed to finish pretty easily. It becomes as simple as a matter, you guys notice, of just throwing water on it, like just getting a bucket and just chucking water at it, or your canteens or whatever, and then like using some sort of rag, towel, I don't fucking know, to wipe down certain spots. So it becomes pretty quick.